Well, this is a good start for Washington as Avdia hits that first three. Donovan Mitchell comes back, knocks down the team.
Alright, cut the music. I'm just playing. This ain't no Paul George edit. And I'm not gonna lie, Donovan Mitchell does have, that element to his game. You know exactly how good Donovan Mitchell is. He's proven himself to be a top guard in this league, and he comes out and shows it every night. As the NBA season nears to its end though, Spida has continued to prove one thing right over and over, and that's no matter what defense you throw at him, you are getting this bucket. So join me as we break down some Donovan Mitchell highlights to explain how this man is dominating the league while we get to sit back and enjoy the show. To begin with, the Cavaliers are only 7-6 without Donovan Mitchell and are 32-15 when he does play. That unequivocally means that he is impacting the court in a huge way. So let's look into it. And it all begins with Donovan Mitchell's athleticism. As you see here, Donovan gets a pick set for him out top and Drew gets caught. So he uses his explosive first step to continue and attack one-on-one. Then he goes right into the shot blocker's chest to take away his height so he can flip in the layup. His athleticism and finesse is pretty much unmatched. Here, Tatum gets switched onto Donovan Mitchell, and in the island, Spida hits him with the crossover to drive to the left, but by the time Tatum recovers, he Euro steps his way into an uncontested layup. Here, he takes the ball out to attack Jayson Tatum in isolation, and he quickly breaks him down, getting his way into the paint. But he's challenged by Porzingis, and he gets his shot blocked. But luckily, Spida just rips it right back out of his hands so he can have another shot. Dude's unreal. In this situation, Donovan Mitchell attacks Drew Holiday, and he splits the defenders here. Drew gets a hand on that ball and deflects it, but it ends up as an easy dunk instead. On this drive, Donovan Mitchell attacks left, getting a step on Tatum. But here, this time the angle just isn't right, and Tatum gets away with a sneaky push. The point of this video isn't just to show sunshine and rainbows of Donovan Mitchell. Obviously, he's a human. He's gonna have flaws. Like here in the fourth quarter, Superhero's just blasting in his head, and he spins into 3 defenders and turns the ball over.
Did you lead for the first time? 2:43 left to go here, opening quarter.
Do you ever look at someone and wonder, what is going on inside their head?
Brother, use your head, brother. Ready.
Mitchell, a step back 3. Second air ball in the shot tonight.
But honestly, I can see where this man is coming from. Because when he's hot, he's hot. After reading the pick and roll and saving the play, Spida runs down the court, and when the paint option is taken away from him, he fades back to the corner, and it's cash. Here, he pump fakes to get right by Jaylen Brown, and now JB is trying to recover, so Spida just pulls back and he greens it. Off of the inbound play, Derek White is in extremely close pursuit, while Kristaps Porzingis is doing a good job defending both the roller and the ball. So he just takes an escape dribble towards the middle of the floor, fakes like he's going to attack again, and instead steps back to find room for this flawless jump shot to fall. And it's defended by 2 different people. Come on. This man's unfair. Look at the contest on this jump shot. Especially in transition, if Donovan Mitchell doesn't get picked up, the big is going to be forced to make a play on him. So he just jumps back to the center of the court and puts in the floater with a soft touch. Here he is again, completely turning the best perimeter defender into a non-factor in the possession, so he can squeeze the shot through the pocket, and it doesn't even hit the rim. And when defenses send 2 defenders with the screen, he can just fire the pass right behind his back to break the defensive scheme. I've seen Luka make this pass, and once you see it, you can't unsee it, and you wish all your ball handlers could do it. And despite Donovan's height disadvantage, he is still one of the strongest guards in the league. Here in the pick and roll, he bumps Sam Hauser and he goes flying towards the baseline, allowing Spida just to get an easy layup. But that's just Donovan Mitchell against the best team in the NBA right now. Well, what about him versus the worst team in the NBA? Thanks, Kuzma, now I can say that thanks to you. Here, the rookie is playing amazing defense. He's staying level with the ball, not making any dumb decisions, but once he follows just a little too closely, he stops and pulls up for the midi, and there's no chance of contesting it. And I really believe that you have to have at least one guy who thinks he's possessed with basketball Jesus, because I'm not mad at that shot. Some of his most uncontrolled possessions will still find a way to end up in his favor. Here, as Spida attacks and Euro steps back middle, It's very well defended, but he notices Kuzma's asleep, so he just kicks it to the corner for 3. Here in the same philosophy for the pick and roll, he attacks in one-on-one, they retreat too far, and he just stops and pops for 2. He sees Jordan Poole, and all he can think about is KFC's slogan, "Finger-licking good." So he attacks, and God tell me why Jordan Poole is forcing him right. So Spida just gets a completely uncontested layup. Donovan Mitchell's change of direction put Corey Kispert on ice here, and it's just enough room to get a layup. And well, I guess basketball Jesus really does possess some NBA players, cause that was nothing but net. And here's the clip from the thumbnail. Here he attacks the Wizards' best perimeter defender, hitting him with 1 step back. And that's all green. The Cavs run these off-ball actions for him to set up a pick and roll scenario discreetly. Here, the defense has no clue, and once Donovan gets the ball on the opposite side of the floor, he attacks his matchup, and all it takes is 2 dribbles to get by, and he oops it to Jarrett Allen. This is another part of success that has brought Donovan Mitchell his own individual success. He's actually on a good team. The difference between Gobert and Jarrett Allen as a role threat, it's stark. And it's clear he fits way better with another athletic big just like him, except he's a small, well, they're both up. Because these two were absolutely carrying the Cavs when they were riddled with injuries and still battling their way to a bunch of wins. You can watch Spida get the ball and he immediately attacks, bumping his man off. And he slows down to get a wide open floater, but it just rolls out. And whenever a screen is set for this man, make sure you are at the level of the screen, or else this will happen. And on this attack, he isn't going nearly 100%, but that relaxes his defender just enough so he can walk himself to the paint to get 2 points. Here, once the defender meets him out top, Spida immediately attacks, and this was about to be the next poster of the century, but the 10-day contract ruined it. But at least he got the and one. Donovan Mitchell understands that the Wizards' game plan is to switch every screen, and so when Strus begins to roll, the pass is already on its way, and he bounces it for an easy 2. Here, he rejects the screen and attacks back middle. This forces Kuzma to rotate, and Mobley cuts from the corner, and this results in a beautiful lob. But even with just his athleticism, it's not enough to conquer all the battles. Here, he gets absolutely stuffed by Daniel Gafford. And just to leave it on a high note, imagine how demoralizing this is to be the first shot of the game. Listen, I hope Donovan Mitchell returns quickly from his injury. The Cavs need him. And I hope he ramps up in time to go ballistic in the playoffs. Donovan Mitchell. We need to see some Kobe shit. We need to see some hope against these racist Celtics. I can't even joke about that. Anyways, the league has one hope right now, and it's the Miami Heat. They signed Patty Mills, and now they can finally beat the Boston Celtics again in the playoffs, and I can't wait to see it happen. I'm here to see their downfall, and I hope you are too. But yeah, that's all I have on Donovan Mitchell. I hope you enjoyed it. We know that he came into the league expecting to be a perimeter defender, but again, he's one of those weird cases where he's a completely different player. I mean, Book, you thought you were getting a standstill sniper, corner shooter. And now you get one of the best scorers in the league, Donovan Mitchell. Undersized point guard, he's going to distribute, he's going to defend. One of the best scorers in the league. Doesn't make much sense. Maybe I'll make a video on it later. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. And do you know what to do. Do the regular stuff. And